Hi everyone, Sean Innovative here. It's another video with a new system that I utilize KISS Autoflow with. I actually came up with this system about a year and a half ago when I was introduced to KISS Autoflow, and I've refined it quite a bit over the last year or so. I still do use it, and it is actually quite powerful depending on what days you're using it on. The simple scalp strategy is absolutely phenomenal. Um, but I do know that not every trader trades the same or has the same personalities for different systems. So this one is a full integrated system that has risk management and everything integrated with inside of it. So let's just get it going. All right, so just to begin with, we have the 40 range, just like we had for the other system, the 1 minute, and I do have the 15-minute here. All right, I also have the 5 minute. All right. Um, the 5 minute and the 1 minute are typically used. The 15-minute is just to give a broader, uh, higher time frame for just helping understanding at certain levels and make sure that we're not going to get ourselves hurt. Okay. Um, on every chart that I have, I always have an 8 EMA and a 21 EMA. Every chart. It's just something that I use because I like to take short-term moves, and those two together is a great combination. Uh, but I get to see it in multiple time frames, and you'll see exactly how I utilize it, especially within this system. Now I'm going to get the 40 range set up for us here, okay? And I will explain this here for you guys as we're doing this here. All right, so with the 40 range, I'm going to go to indicators. All right, it's already on tick replay for KISS. I have my EMAs. All right. This EMA will be coming out soon. When it does, I'll let everybody know. This other one is priceactionindicators.com, as you can read here, and it's a free tool. All right. Now, I'm going to go down to KISS, KISS order flow. All right, there we go. Hide zoom in instructions. Actually, with this one, it's not really too needed because we're going to be zoomed in with this most of the time. Now, candle colors, that's all standard. Everything's right straight down the board. Okay. Value area, I always have that going. Now, show imbalances, we want to see that. Delta, these 4 boxes on the bottom. Make sure they're all clicked. Okay. We use that in this system. Absorption, we want to see absorption. I put show total contracts as absorbed because we're going to want to see the numbers out of there. Trap traders, that's there. Bulldozing, make sure we have those going. Surge bars, make sure we have those going. All right, KISS reversal, why not? That doesn't hurt, especially with what we're doing here. Traffic light, not necessary because we're utilizing all the signals. Okay, price line, I utilize the regular Ninja Trader, so it's just what I'm used to. So I just like to keep using that. Support and resistance, we don't need those for this. All right, and then that's for that. Other than that, on this chart, we have a MACD custom. It's in the ecosystem. You guys should be able to find it. All right. I usually take the label right out, and I put this on price change. Okay. I want to have the most amount of information as the market's going. All right. Now with that, we go up to the top. MACD up, down, color. Click that. Then I change the colors for the way that this works. So the signal line rising, I leave the cayenne. I change this to magenta. You can use whatever colors really fit your personality. That's one thing I'm highly for, is make it your own. All right. Now this is important. The settings are not the standard settings. Okay. This here is the MACD. This is standard settings and I changed these all up here, left these alone for the 5 minute. That's what you want for the 5 minute. For this one, we're making it fast. So the 12 becomes a 3. The slow period becomes a 9. And the smoothing becomes a 5. All right. So fast 3, slow 9, smoothing 5. All right. This gives a bit more of a reaction to the price action as we're going. All right. And then we have the price line. And I'll just put that on there for this one. Okay. I have my crosshairs. So we're good here. You can see the MACD down here. And it looks very choppy. Sure, you guys, if you see my posts, you see this often because I have it on almost every chart. But that's because I utilize it in different ways in different systems and everything that I put together. Now, with the system, it's a basic trend following system. So, you have your EMA crosses, the way that they happen. Now, this is going to help us. And these bars down here are a big part of it. What we want to see are things besides having the signals of like a bulldozer or trap traders, all right, absorption, the surge. Also want to take a look at seeing how delta is acting. Like we're up here on this bar, delta flipped. It went from positive to negative on this one. That shows confirmation that price wants to move down. Okay. Just like right here. We have a surge going up that failed with delta moving down. All right. Now, just looking at that doesn't really do much for us, but just want to let you guys have a little understanding of that. Now, I'm going to start on the higher time frame. So let me open this up here and bring this to the 15 minute. All right. Now we're at the 15 minute. I do some basic support and resistance lines. Okay. Reason I want to have the support and resistance lines, just because I want to know where price is going to be reacting. This way I'm not trading in, or if I see that there's a level there, maybe make it a target. Basic support and resistance is always a bonus when trading. Okay, and this you can see, I just went around and took care of this all prior. Okay. Typically what I like to do is if I have about 4 or 5 days on the 5 minute, let's see if I get the 5 minute. I don't want more than 6 or 7 lines. Okay. Here we are. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Okay. Anything more than that, you're pretty much, in my opinion, just clouding up your view, and you're just making too many levels that you're not actually picking the most powerful ones. All right. Now that we have that, 5 minute charts there. You see how the crosshairs on. We have the 1 minute here. We have the 5 minute EMA. MACD and the EMAs. Now the way that the system works, and we put the crosshairs going here globally. All right. This pretty much crossed down right here on the 5 minute. Okay. The MACD is below 0 and crossed over. That's a strong signal that we're going for a downtrend. Now, what we're going to be doing here is looking at the 1 minute. You can see how it pulled back. We had a cross already here on the 40 range. Okay. As we have the cross on the 40 range, you see that we had this candle push up, the positive delta. This one closed down. Now, not just looking at the candle closing down. We're looking at the delta. The delta went negative, doubled the amount of positive that it had to push it up. Okay? We're basically looking at like a support resistance level. We had a surge up bar that didn't matter. We had a surge down bar here. We could have taken that scalp there, but being above here doesn't give me much conviction. You could always reverse and go the other way. Since this crossed, we want to watch it pull away, pull back, and then we want a candle to give us a sign that it wants to go. All right, and we have our signal. Our signal is delta flipped. We have this MACD line is below the signal line, and it went red. So this was probably sitting here like this and started turning red right around here. Okay, so as it turned red, we enter onto this candle. As that bar closes, just like any system, you want the bar to close. Now, the one thing I love about this system, you hardly get any heat. I mean, the drawback is minimal, and the losses are also. What you do now is you follow just underneath, or just on top of the bearish bars. It's 10.5 points. It never pulled back on us. If it did for a point. Okay? Doesn't win 100% of the time, but does have a pretty good win rate. Now, this candle here, we're still below the 5-minute chart. Both EMAs are in line. Same thing with the 1 minute. Right here, we pulled up. There's a bit of value here. We have a delta divergence. If you look below, we had a large amount, 42%, moving up. Look at the size of that bar with the bar before it. And we had 8%, so delta was running out and the bar closed down. That is a huge benefit right there of understanding that divergence in itself. All right, you enter on the next candle, trail it down. All right, this one's bearish candle, another 10.75. It came back to us, let's see, 25.50, entered at, say, 22.50, 3 points for 10.5 points. Okay, now here we're pulling up. You would think that, okay, we're starting to go up and above. And at this time, a lot of guys will try to see if we're going to be going long. 5-minute chart has this at the 8 EMA. The 1-minute chart has us above the 21. This here is a iffy scenario. So we wouldn't even think of this. Now look at the MACD down here. This line is up and above. We don't want that trade. Now we're above the 0 line. We don't want that. Right here, we see a large amount of negative delta pushing down, okay, which is a good sign. But you want to make sure if you look at the 1 EMA, at the 1 minute, we are below the 8 EMA on the entry, okay? Same thing with these candles. They have to close below the 8 EMA. This candle here would be the entry candle, all right? The concentration is making sure that the delta is with you and you close below the 8 EMA. You could enter it a little bit sooner, but with the system, we're going to go with it here. From there, our 10-point stop never gets hit. And we go right to there. 3 points. It's not a huge win, but a win nevertheless. You're not losing. What I did back testing on this, I did back testing for roughly 6 months worth of data, and it just performed over and over again. It didn't matter the time. It just really did well. Okay. Now, once again, we're there. We're just breaking below the 8 EMA on the 10. We have a trap traders. We take that to there. This candle to doji, you still follow those especially. Okay. That's one thing with doji candles. You take it as being the same as the candle beforehand. All right. That's typically a rule of thumb. Now, this one, since we had the trap traders right here, we had absorption here, you're getting the signals you need. You know that buyers are right here. You see the absorption, but the absorption numbers are decreasing, meaning we're running out of buyers. All right. So just a little bit on price action and the order flow of how it actually works. Now this here, this candle came down. We're above the MACD, so that one wouldn't enter yet. You'd want to watch to see how it acted, and you see that it bounced back up. This one came down. It's still above. See how it acted? If it came down a bit, you may have entered right here. Okay? Typically, I like to see it cross like it does here, and then enter. When it crosses, it is the most powerful of it all, because then at that point there, it just runs. Now this here, 8.75 points. And you see it just keeps going. Now here, this candle, we had a surge going up with trap traders off of, what do we have here? A support and resistance line. These here, I would not take any of these trades because we have our line. Now we break through the support and resistance. We have everything here. Price comes and retests the support and resistance, and our surge is here. You already know what to do. Take that trade. Let me trace it down. 16 3/4 points. Oh, 16.5 points. All right, this one we're above. We're not taking it. Now, one thing I am mentioning, look at the 5-minute MACD. We are still below the signal line the whole way through. Okay, so now here, we already took this trade to here. As we're looking here, we're not taking this because we're up and above. And we're seeing that this is actually sloping up the signal line. So that gives us some caution. All right. We end up going up. These trades here, not taking it. Why? Well, this is still looking to cross up here. Our ADMA is sloping up. We have all our caution signals in mind. 1 minute, you have traders right here that trade off of the 1 minute, not looking at the 5-minute, look at the crosshairs, and they're taking it long. I actually kind of like seeing that. Look at all this surge that's going on here. We're going right into that support and resistance level. And look at price reacting at the support and resistance level. And look at the 5-minute EMAs. It never touched the 21 EMA. Not once. Okay. This comes down. We got the cross. It pulls back up. This wick right there shows that they tried really hard to go up. Look at this 31% delta with the trap traders. You enter on that candle. Enter on the candle. Now we're going to trailer it down. All right. Above, 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 above. All right. Never hit. Not once. We're still, even that other candle came up. We're still good. We're in this trade. We're still in this trade. We're in this trade. We're out here. 14.75 points. Since we got in the trade, it went to 61 from 57. 4 points. All right. Grab the ruler again. Now here, we're not closing on the D8. Here we have a surge with a wick. Okay, this happens to be exactly where price is when we're doing this, but that's fine. We're above the 0 line, so I'd be a little cautious. Look at the MACD on the 5-minute. We're going up. All right. We have, right now we're above the 21 with the 8 over the 21 on the 1 minute. So now this is starting to be a little bit of cautious area. You could still take this, because when I originally started taking these trades, I would have taken this trade as it broke here. But if we would have taken this, say, as this candle closes, or above, still 2.75 points on a sketchy trade. Now we get to see about looking for longs. Now here, we crossed here and we're going up. MACDs here, our 1 minute telling us we're good, but our 5 minute is telling us we're iffy. Why is that? Because we still haven't had the 8 cross this 21. So we could still hit this support and resistance that's also right here and not go anywhere. Now we broke above the support and resistance. We have our, let me just move this a little bit over so we can see on the 5 minute and the 1 minute are both confirming that we're back to an uptrend. As we're back to an uptrend, this one really would have worked, but here, now we're coming off of the support level that we had as resistance. Okay? Now, as we're doing that, this candle here is, what signal is this giving us? We got delta divergence. It tried to break below, they came down, but they failed. Take it from here, follow them up, 12.5 points. All right. Like I said, it's a whole system, the way that this works. Look at the 5, we broke below, we came back, we're retesting. Now this is awesome, right here. 1 minute chart. We got confirmation that the trend has reversed and it's going down. 5 minute chart, same thing. All right, now our 40 minute chart. The 8 EMA never crossed the 21. We broke price here, it came back up, and as this bar closes down, our MACD below is going down, delta is pushing up and failing. Enter this trade with the surge bar, coming down to there, coming down to there, coming down to here. Now you start catching some bigger moves. All right? As the market goes, you start catching some of these bigger moves. But if you see, let me do this real quick. Out of all these trades, all winners. No, it's not the norm. Did we have, I thought we had a loser. Well, I guess no, we didn't. All right. Let me see if I can find a loser for you guys so you guys can see how they work. All right. But utilizing this, we do find some really good trades, some good opportunities. This came right off of here. All right. The surge signal, you know, that's giving you the extra power you need and confirmation that this is going down and doing what we need it to do. All right. This is coming up, but now we're counter trend. We don't want counter trend. 80 EMA is above the 21. We're not taking that. This here, let's pull in. It's 820. All right. We have a trap trader here. We had this sell. We had this surge. Okay. We had another surge going up here. Our EMAs are perfect in alignment. Our MACD is below on the 5. This candle here. This candle here would be the entry candle. No, actually no, because now it's pulled down. The cross is on this candle. It pulled back up. We got the surge. On it down with the bulldozer. That's the entry candle. See, this is why the order flow helps. All right. Come on down. Come on down. 17 points. When you enter that trade, at 30, it only went up to 32.50, risk 2.5 points. So now you guys have a good understanding of how the system goes. I was trying not to make this that long of a video, but I felt I needed to really give you guys a good understanding and feel for it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I have it on market replay, just like I did with the last one. And I'm actually at 9:44 in the morning on 5/5. Or was that 5/6? 5/6. All right. I'm just going to hit play here because that's where we're at. All right. I'm going to move these candles here. Let me pause this for a second. I'm going to take off the crosshairs. This way you get to see what we got. All right. Okay. Now we can always click onto the 15 to see how the 15 is doing also. All right. 15 is below. We're still in a downtrend. It pulled up pretty hard. You can see we look like we're in an uptrend here. We're against the 15. We're in an uptrend on the 1, and we're flipping over to an uptrend on the 5, right up to the support resistance level. So multi-time frame analysis, you guys basically just got a good, decent lesson in that with trend following. Let's see what this will do for us here. Hmm. If the price wants to come down, 1 minute we have some wicks showing it wants to come down. And for this strategy, I actually have what's called a 40 stop. So it's 40 tick stop. There is no target. Buying imbalance here. We're above this here. Let's speed this up a little bit. Now you'll notice more behavior on how the reactions are as we go. Apparently, there must have been news or something, but that was interesting. All right, well, anyhow, we're below on the 5. We're below on the 1, but the ADMA is still above on the 1. We're here. We're still above. Nothing good there. All right, are we getting a surge? I didn't. See what happens here. Looks like it tried to go up, but wasn't able to make it. All right, now trail it along. Another surge. Oh, trail along. Now we're at pretty much break even. All right, got us out of break even. Let's see what we have now since we crossed in underneath the 1 here. We have these surge bars. Oh, I just missed the entry. All right, well, now I gotta move my stop up, but you have confidence that this is going. There it goes. Look at this. And oh geez. Oh geez. Oh, they already drew another one. Got absorption there. Okay. All right. You got a buy signal. No need to be fearful. We're already in the money. Oh wow. Look at this. Look at it go. And we're right at a support and resistance level. It's, and we're going through the support and resistance level. Oh no, we have buying imbalances. Let's see. Oh, oh boy. I couldn't even get out in time. Uh, oh, it's all right. That got me out. Now let's pause this for a second. And let's see. All right. So you see, it works rather well. We get stopped out here, break even, but now we just had a run. Let's see, right down to here, a 40-point run. When it broke and we entered, it came down. We should have been up here. There would have been no heat. We really, if I was on the ball, could have had 44 points. But take it. Remember where we are on the 5 and 1. Now, we did take this because we're below on the MACD. We are over this line. We wanted to be cautious, but that big push that happened right here gave us all the confidence at that point there. You just saw it just pop right down. And then we're running below here. We're below these EMAs. That's a majority of what is important. This just gives you a guidance on if the flow is weakening or getting stronger. And when you're below the line, you have more confidence on how the runs are going to go. All right. With that being said, this has been a long video as it is. Hope you guys got a good understanding, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right. Uh, please like and subscribe, guys, because YouTube will get it out to more people, and then more of us can get together and work together. I have a lot more other systems that I developed over the last year and a half to 2 years with KISS, and worked with another developer on some tools that are coming out shortly. We're trying to get them out for you guys as soon as possible. There'll be a lot of free tools that will be coming in, like the CMA will be a free one, and quite a few others. All right. Um, good luck and happy trading.